Greg Steube. Mr. Steubes, where shall we begin? Zelensky's visit, how many more billions we're going to give him?
List of issues.
I know. You take it, sir. Where would you like to go?
Well, Merrick Garland continues to lie to the straight face of the American people. Issue after issue, I thought your clips were great. It took multiple questions just to say that Catholics weren't terrorists, yet he had to qualify that with, what do you mean by traditional Catholics? Like there was a difference between traditional Catholics and regular Catholics. But he excels at evading questions. And all the Hunter Biden stuff, all the Biden stuff, it's, I can't discuss an ongoing criminal investigation, which is why they sent it to a special counsel to begin with, so they could continue to perpetuate this as long as we have these impeachment proceedings going off that, oh, we can't give you guys any information. I can't answer any of your questions because that's part of an ongoing criminal investigation that, oh, by the way, has been going on for, I think, 6 years now, at least 5. According to the IRS whistleblowers who've been investigating the crimes from 2014 and 2015 that his DOJ purposely, intentionally slow-walked so that the statute of limitations would toll, so that the government, one, will never get back $2.2 million that Hunter Biden owes the American taxpayer, and two, they can't charge him for those crimes. There's no ability for the government now, because those statute of limitations have been told, to go after him criminally or go after the money that he still owes the American people.
Yeah, and every time somebody on the GOP side today asked the AG about that investigation, the whistleblowers, anything connected to Hunter and Joe's business dealings, he blamed it all on the special counsel, Weiss, whatever his name is. He's like, well, I can't comment on that. He's the one that did that. He did this. He did that. You're the attorney general. You're the top cop, top prosecutor in this country. You're telling me you didn't have knowledge of that? And then also, he kept all day using the, well, there's an investigation, so I can't make any comment, blah, blah, blah. And your GOP colleagues would say, no, okay, well, let me just ask you then, not regarding that specific case, just in generalities. And he still avoided so many things. I got to ask you about this one before we get to the impeachment and Zelensky's visit. January 6th, Congressman Massey went after him a bit, talking about the ridiculous charges and sentences that January 6 folks who did no harm that day. I'm not talking about the ones that are seen on camera hitting a cop or breaking something. The folks that just walked through the building, or folks that were on the steps that didn't do anything, that are getting 4 years, 10 years, whatever it may be. Listen to this one. This is him talking about Ray Epps, who we've all seen on video now, telling people to go in the night before and the day of, pushing them to go in. He just finally got a misdemeanor charge this week, folks. That's it, a misdemeanor by Mr. Garland's office. Listen to this one, Greg.
When I said how many agents or assets of the government were present on January 5th and January 6th and agitating in the crowd to go into the Capitol, and how many went into the Capitol, can you answer that now?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Oh, last time, you don't know how many there were, or there were none?
I don't know the answer to either of those questions. If there were any, I don't know how many. I don't know whether there are any.
I think you may have just perjured yourself that you don't know that there were any. You want to say that again, that you don't know that there were any?
I have no personal knowledge of this matter. I think what I said the last time.
You've had 2 years to find out. And the day, by the way, that was in reference to Ray Epps, and yesterday you indicted him. Isn't that a wonderful coincidence? On a misdemeanor. Meanwhile, you're sending grandmas to prison. You're putting people away for 20 years for merely filming. Some people weren't even there yet. You've got the guy on video who's saying go into the Capitol. He's directing people to the Capitol before the speech ends. He's at the site of the first breach. You've got all the goods on him, 10 videos, and it's an indictment for a misdemeanor? The American public isn't buying it.
Yeah, Greg, how many informants, how many FBI agents, how many undercover people were in that crowd firing Trump supporters up? Kind of reminds me of what happened in Michigan with the FBI pushing people into that kidnapping plot on the governor.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, the last time that Merrick Garland was before the committee, I asked him if he was treating those people that invaded the Department of Interior differently. Have you heard any of them being charged? Have you heard any of them having 12, 25-year sentences? Have you heard any of them even being charged with anything? The answer to that is no. In multiple requests to the AG's office, we haven't gotten any responses. So his opening statement that you highlighted, where he was saying that political parties were not treated differently, we treat everybody the same, is complete BS straight to the American people, because you have facts that show they are treating the January 6th people who simply walked into the Capitol much different than leftist people who actually destroyed and burned up federal courthouses.
You got it. Final question, Jim, almost out of time, is Zelensky's here. He's meeting with POTUS tomorrow. He's going to beg for more money. I know you and a lot of the Freedom Caucus folks are willing to shut the government down to try and get a handle on the spending, but primarily to get a check and balance of our money that keeps going over to this endless war. You still standing by that? What's going to happen here?
Yeah, it's funny. On the way here, there was a reporter that stopped me and said, "Oh, is there anything that Zelensky can say while he's here in Washington to convince you to support funding for Ukraine?" And I said, "Absolutely not. 100% no. There's nothing that he can say. In fact, where is the oversight and all the information that we have requested as members of Congress of where the $120+ billion that has been sent there has been spent?
Yeah.
Where's the oversight on that? Where's the accountability for all of that money?"
That's what we want to know. Greg, it's our damn money. Greg Stubbe, I'm out of time. Congressman, Florida 17th. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Yeah, good to see you.